Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me clear and just loud. But if you have any issue, let me know in the chat. So, how's everybody doing? Today I'm wearing my Invicta 9053. Very nice timepiece. As you can see, a Rolex homage today. I want to watch a video with you about I think it's a Cuban guy, and he's not like a watch collector, but he made some time ago he made a video um, about his Invicta watches. So, and I think his opinion is, I think he is very honest, and just I think it's very fun to have a watch, to have a look on his to his video. So let me put it on, make myself smaller. So I also chat with this guy, and I think he is also a very kind guy, and he's just you have some on YouTube. You have a lot of people that are into the fashion, and I think he is a typical guy that do fashion videos about especially about golden jewelry like chains and such things. But he made also one video about his Invicta watches, and that is what we that I want to look to tonight. So yeah, and the title of his video is Rolex inspired Invicta watches. Are they trash? So what do you think? So I think most of the people in the chat are Invicta fans. So I know your opinion, but I'm also interested in to hear his opinion, and yeah, and his experience with his watches. So let's start the video.
Now I'm literally doing this topic because somebody the other day was like, yo, that Rolex looks fire. And I was like, fam, this is not a Rolex. And I've come to figure that this watch brand has a very polarizing effect on the watch community. Like, I am not one who's supposed to be anywhere near the watch community, because these dudes, when they're watch invested, they are like, yo, this is a fucking 72 8.385 from 1966 from the hieroglyphic era. Fam, I don't know none of that shit. So I have no place or position to play in the watch YouTube space. What I can tell you is that although I'm a few tacos short of a combination plate, or as I would like to put it, a few ecstasy pills away from a dope ass rave, I can tell you this looks dope, this has lasted, and this is what this situation is, in my personal opinion. So let's roll my motherfucking music so I can put you onto my 2 Rolex homages.
So you can hear already is just like a typical guy that is just giving his opinion, and he owns some of those watches, and yeah. But he's not like a watch collector like some of us that know every number and every model and every series that a watch brand has, and yeah, he's not that typical guy. And if I'm be honest, I'm also a watch collector, but I'm not really a typical guy that uh, know every model number straight out of my head. Especially not Invicta, because Invicta make a lot of different, a lot of watches every year. So it's almost a bit impossible to do that. But there are people that are. You have a lot on the internet, a lot of YouTubers that are into the Rolex or into the Omega, and some of those guys Some of those guys are just the 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 and they know what model it is and what color and what material and. Hey, Sauce the Rope. Yeah, he's. I think he's an. I chat him also private on Instagram, and he is a very cool guy. He's also very kind, and I asked him also about chains and other stuff, and I think he just chat with everybody who has a question, and he's very kind, and yeah, I think it's a really cool, great guy. He's also made some. I've seen some of his other videos. He also make like videos about chains, Cuban chains, but not like the expensive one, because if it's made of 18 karat gold, it can be very expensive, a thick chain. But when it's gold plated, it is cheaper, and he is also doing videos about cheaper jewelry. So yeah.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Listen, morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. Now, the watch brand is Invicta. Now, Invicta, if you don't know, has a large cult following and is known for either producing some monstrosity watches that are like 70 millimeters huge, that looks like a big ass cock ring on your wrist, or replicating the actual frame or structure of a watch. But it's more of an homage piece, because at the end of the day, it's an Invicta, and it's not Invicta trying to be Rolex, more so Invicta taking maybe platform ideas from other watch brands. Now, I do have two of them because, truth be told, I didn't always have money. I've been broke for a very, 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 very long time, and truth be told, still continue to be broke. So these are two Invicta watches. They're both stainless, but only one is dipped in gold, and they're both Rolex homages, and one of them I got a compliment on, so I decided, let me show you guys and maybe introduce y'all to the world of Invicta, or give you my perspective if these shits is okay or they trash. So here they are. These are my two.
So he's already telling the viewers that Invicta has a lot of watches, and also they're famous because of their big watches. They're 70 millimeters, 60 millimeters. Everybody knows them. I think every Invicta collector knows those watches. But he's also now showing his own watches. So yeah.
Rolex inspired watches. This is my Invicta 8926 Pro Diver, aka Rolex Submariner homage.
Yeah, a classic one.
And my gold plated Invicta Speedway, which is an homage to the Rolex Daytona.
Yeah, I think I want that
had
one
both
also.
of these watches over 7 years. This one is an automatic, and it has a clear back. I don't know if you could see it on camera. There you go, you move it around. Pendulum swings around, or you could just rotate. So this one being an homage to the Rolex Submariner, I've always loved the Rolex Submariner basic bitch look. I mean, let's be clear. The Rolex Submariner is a staple piece in every gentleman's collection, but it's far, far, far from the most stylish watch or most technologically advanced, etc., etc. And I'm sure a ton of people will disagree with me, especially the watch people. But I love the aesthetic look, and I think it's a great Rolex to own in anybody's collection. Clearly, those watches, even on the secondhand market, especially nowadays, run anywhere from like $6,800 up, depending what year if you go with some retro shit. So this was the closest that I was gonna be able to get at that time to that look. And it was automatic, and honestly, it just holds up super fucking well. Again, 7 years, the band has scuffs, scrapes, There's no dings. The glass is still holding up strong. There's no scratches. It does get a little foggy, so sometimes you gotta titty scrub it. I think it's a very nice, good looking watch. Again, it stands the test of time. I wore this shit a lot. Back in the day, I used to beat the piss out of this watch and wear it all the way up and down with massive amount of pride. I mean, again, some people just absolutely hate Invicta watches and other people just live and die and have like a
Oh yes, he's saying that Invicta was one of his first watches because he don't have the money. So there are a lot of people that just can't buy an Rolex. I don't know how much the cheapest Rolex is at the moment when you want to buy one brand new, but it will cost you thousands of dollars, and not everybody can afford that. So I think those people that just has a normal job can be happy that there are brands like Invicta that make very nice watches that can have a beat. Yeah. Titty scrub. How it will look like this. Sorry. Or just, I think he put the watch off his wrist and the titty scrub. So
100
let's
of these.
play.
Realistically speaking, this very well constructed watch, as far as the basic person who just wants a nice cool looking watch that'll last, under $100, and you can still find it for under $100, and it just looks good. I mean, I'll show you what it looks like on wrist and you guys determine. If you're a watch snob, you probably will hate these, but me, I don't give a shit. That wrist profile don't look bad at all, fam. I mean, listen, you could talk to somebody all classy like, yeah, nah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got 4 kids. Nah, I don't take care of none. Nah, we good. Where you going, miss? Miss. But the one that I got the compliment on, Speedway, aka Faux Daytona. Now, everybody sees it on wrist and nobody can see the stainless steel drop right here. This is a very pretty watch. I think it's very nice looking. It's a little bit gaudy. Some people don't like the all gold look, and that's fine, I get it. I mean, wrist profile on this shit looks pretty fucking solid. This has also been around for 7 years, and this one was also, I think, $80, $70 back then. I have a great aesthetic.
That will suit him very well.
I just figured, let me show you guys different affordable options. I could front this shit with my gold pieces, and it'll just look dope if I'm trying to go for that route. Again, flex how you want to flex, rock what you can afford. Like me, I was working my way up to maybe obtaining the original version of these homage pieces. So act as if. I'm acting as if I'm gonna be able to obtain a solid gold Daytona one day, someday in the future. So I just decided to show you both of my Invicta watches and get your feedback. Do you guys like Invicta? You ever heard of Invicta? Do you give 3 fucks about Invicta and thinks it's just, you know, Asian garbage? You guys let me know. I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is? The biggest in the game. Smooches.
So, don't play, please. Okay. I think he has just his honest opinion, and that those 2 watches just suit him very well on his wrist. I think the most people can't go wrong with a 40mm Invicta. So 40 or 42 millimeters are just a good size for most men. So, but if you're a little bit bigger, a little bit bulkier, you can have 50 or 60 millimeters. And Invicta, so far I know, they have some models that are 70 millimeters with the crown. So without the crown is around 60 millimeters. But about those pieces, they are Rolex homages. And he is saying a lot of people cannot afford like the real thing. So they can go with the cheaper homages like the Invicta. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people that especially younger guys, around 20, and they rocking a real Rolex. So you're 20, and you can pay for a Submariner 8,000, 9,000 US dollars. But how? So I think unless you have a rich daddy, you cannot afford that. And I know some people that's buying watches, especially like such expensive brands, and cannot afford it. And have after they bought such watches, they have problems with money because they are paying 8,000. They get it from somebody for a loan, and they can't pay it back to the people where they get the money from. So yeah, I know a lot of guys that are in trouble because of they want to buy an expensive Rolex, and they just has a normal job. They have a normal job and cannot afford it. So that's one thing I don't understand. But what do you think about those homages? I think for everyone there has to be a budget watch. So for everybody there have to be a watch for their budget. So you have people that I put them out. So you have people that has a normal job, normal guy working like in a shop, or just as a normal job, not a big manager or working for big companies. So I understand that those guys just rock like this 1953. So this one is also a watch that is around 100 US dollars, really cheap. I think everybody can afford that. So yeah. Rope. The reactions of people when I wear my Phantom 0359 is crazy. Yes, I think also with the bigger Invictas, they bring something that people like. And I also have my Phantom, and I wear my Boltzers a lot. And I also got a lot of people that are like, wow, that's a very nice looking watch, and it's big and bold, and yeah, and I don't pay a lot for it, so I don't have a big budget. I understand that there are people that has a big budget and working for a big brand and can easily buy that Omega or Rolex, but I know also a lot of young guys that, because they think about their image and they think about luxury watches, and they really want it, so they buy that Rolex, but they don't have any money anymore on their bank, and they cannot they get problems with the money to pay the bill. So I don't understand that some people do that, and just don't go like for cheaper alternate for cheaper watches. So yeah. Let me look up. Let me see that Venom online. Let me see. Venom 0359. I think. Oh yes, that's a very nice one. Let me put it bigger. Yes, it's not your typical Venom. I think this is a little bit more classic classic style of Venom. With you wear it also on your leather strap. I think I like this one. It's very nice looking, especially that Goulichet dial. You can see it on the inner part of the dial. You see the pattern on it, and if I'm right, they call it Goulichet. But very nice looking, and also the small dials of the seconds and the minutes of the chronograph function. Very nice looking. This is something I also would wear. I think this is something that is like my style. So yeah, great. The Venom I have at the moment is more sporty. Let's see if I can pick it up. I think you have seen it before. So this one is, oh, let me make myself bigger. So this is my Venom. The serial number of this Venom is 10171. So with a rubber strap. That is not yet cracked. A lot of people are complaining about those rubber straps. So I'm pretty sure that you can prevent those cracks and that it will break. Once in a while, I will clean my strap with a little bit of alcohol or water and soap. And after I cleaned my watch and my strap, I put a little bit of glycine on it, and most time it will not dry out. Can you change the strap for stainless steel? Yeah. I want also on this one a stainless steel strap. But Invicta made a lot of different Venoms in the last years. And not every strap will fit every Venom. So you need the same style and size strap. So yeah, not everything will fit this one, and also the one you have with the leather strap. Not everything will fit. So you can sometimes have problems with that. But you can buy a steel bracelet, and I can also buy a steel bracelet on this one. I'm still looking for it because it's really expensive to buy separate steel bracelets. I think if I do that, it will cost me $500. So that's too expensive to buy a stainless. What do you mean with leather? It's too expensive to buy a leather bracelet for this one. It's around 400-500 US dollars to buy only the bracelet. So I'm looking for a watch around the same price, maybe 400, and just switch the bracelet for this rubber strap and put the bracelet on this one. So yeah, I'm still looking. But this one has also the Invicta, no, not Invicta, the ETA Valgranges movement. Very nice automatic movement, Swiss made. So yeah, the serial number is 10171. So if you're looking for, I think, a nice Invicta, this one. Yes, it's too much. $500 for a bracelet is too much. I know this is a limited edition watch, and it is the price itself is more expensive than most Invictas, but $500 is too much. Yeah. You want it? You want this watch? Yes, I can sell it. I sell sometimes of my watches, but maybe we can talk about that after the stream. Sometimes I'm selling my watches, but this one was not for sale. But if you have like a normal other, maybe we can make a deal. So I'm not negative about selling watches. So this one is a very nice timepiece. You're not into the homages, Sosterop. So what do you think about Rolex inspired Invictas, or Invictas that are inspired by Rolex? So I think I clearly have no problems with people that are buying cheaper micro brands, and also brands like Invicta for their Rolex style of watches, especially if you're a guy that don't have a lot of money and cannot afford buying a watch for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 or more, and just want a good looking watch that that you can wear for years. And I have no problems with that. I understand that for sure. And what I don't understand is that some that I know some guys that are buying very expensive watches, but they shouldn't do that because they get problems with buying those watches, and they only do it because it's a Rolex or an Omega, and they think that now they have a kind of like they are now very important and have a big status. So yeah. We will talk about that after the stream, about swapping or changing. Yes? Okay? I think it's too much now to do that live. What watches do you have more? Do you have also some? So you have the Venom, that Venom. You have an Aviator. And that Aviator is this one. This is, if I'm right, the 17205. As I can see, Goldie. Oh, this is a very nice picture. Someone wearing it. It's a very nice looking watch. Very cool. I think it's a very cool watch. But about the CUBAKNOW LOCO. No, it's CUBAKNOW LOCO. I think he's a very cool guy. So down below in the description, I put a link to his YouTube channel and to his Instagram. So if you also like fashion and maybe also his style, I think he can. What is his style? You can see it in the video with gold chains and a little bit with. I think he's wearing a lot of times hoodies and t-shirts and a little bit the street style, just jeans and sneakers. So I think that is his style, and a lot of gold, so golden chains and big glasses. So yeah, I think and it's a very nice guy, and also his videos, he's very honest. So he sometimes buys stuff or he gets some stuff and he just don't give a good review because he get it for free, but he give his honest opinion. And I will put below in the description a link to his channel and his Instagram. So yeah. I need more Invictas. Yes, I have the same. Sometimes it's really difficult for myself. I got some last months. I don't have like the money to buy a lot of new Invictas, so sometimes I'm selling one and I buying a new watch. But also sometimes I'm buying. I've also not only the modern Invictas that I really like. I also following a lot of eBay pages and watches for Invictus that are vintage, so from 1980 and older. And sometimes I also want to buy such one, so it's really difficult sometimes to yeah. I cannot buy. I don't have the money to buy them all. So sometimes I need to choose. So will I do this one or will I do that one? And sometimes I need to choose which one will I sell, because I cannot keep everything. I also don't have in my home the room for that. And sometimes I need to choose. Yeah. Most time I know I have a lot of contacts I can sell my watches to, so most time it's not difficult to sell them. But sometimes I get a hard feeling when I sell my watches, because I'm just, yes, sometimes I will miss them. Like I some months ago I sold my Tourbillon, the Sub Aqua Specialty. And like some weeks ago, I just missed that watch because I wanted to wear it, but it was not in my. I didn't have it anymore, so I missed that watch. Yeah, but I sold it to a guy, and he's a very kind guy, and I'm pretty sure that is in good hands. So that's I'm not afraid for that. I'm sorry, buddy. Please don't sell your watches. Keep it. Ah, yes, I know. I want to keep my watches, but like I said, sometimes I want to have something new. So I just something I have to sell something and I will buy something new. And I think that's just normal. Not everything is a keeper. Sometimes I have watches that I will keep, and sometimes I will have sometimes I have something. What do I want to say? Yeah, so some of the watches I buy are just to have for a short time, just to have a look, to have the feeling, to try, and after that I will sell them. And sometimes I have a watch and I want to keep it like for a longer time, and sometimes I have watches that I really want to keep just and I don't sell them. So yeah, I think that is just how I work. Some of my watches I will keep for 100 I will keep for sure, and some I will sell. As example, let me see. I'm pretty sure I will keep this one, and I will not sell it. So the Sapphire Ghost, and this one is for sure a piece I don't want to sell. I'm thinking to give this one a service, but I'm not really sure, because this one they made them between 2005 and 2008, 9. So it's already 10 years old at least. So I think it has some surface. It needs a surface. And yeah, I got this one from family of an old jeweler. So that jeweler died, and some people, family, got some of his stuff like watches and things of his shop. So and they were selling his watches and his stuff, and I'm pretty sure that this one was his own personal watch. It was not brand new when I got this one. It was worn, and the strap was really. You don't want to. I still have the strap, the original. I didn't throw it away, but it's really awful. It's really awful. So this is crocodile leather. But this one is a keeper. 100% sure. I'm saving up for the Skagen Titanium SKT 1104 hybrid. Let me look that one up. I'm pretty Skagen. Oh, that's a very classic watch. Is it this one? That's really classic. That's really, really classic. Wow. I also like the design because of the smaller, how you call it? Smaller dial? Small dial? So I'm not really sure how this watch will work, but it looks very neat. So it's also a very clean design, minimalistic. You have them also in white, I see. Cannot see it very good. But the one you want is black, if I'm right. Repair the crocodile strap easy. Can you see? I don't know how to repair a crocodile strap. So I'm not sure how to do that. And I asked already some watch. Already asked some watchmakers and also some people that's making also leather straps, but they didn't. They can't help me, so I'm not sure how to repair it. Oh, it connects to your phone. Is it one with an touch screen, or is it one just a quartz style of watch? Like those G-Shocks, you can also connect to your phone, and they will so it will be very accurate because it's connected with your phone. That's keeping the time with the internet, and because it's connected with your phone, it's very accurate, and you can get some notification about messages and apps, right? In the past, like last year, I bought. No, it's 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I bought the Apple Watch, but I sold it last year. No, some months ago I sold it because I didn't wear it and it was just laying down, and so I was thinking making somebody else happy. Oh, it reads also your fitness. No, so that's very nice. I know that with my Apple Watch that I had, it was also reading my fitness and what I'm moving and walking, and yeah, that's okay. So a lot of watch guys, especially those guys that really love classic watches, always complaining about smartwatches. And I think smartwatches are a really big deal um, these days. So a lot of people are not buying classic automatic watches or mechanical watches, and not even buying quartz watches. They are buying um, those smartwatches. So yeah, um, I think it's a big deal, and I think a lot of brands has problems because I think Apple has the big takes a big part in this with smartwatches, and they're selling a lot of them. But I'm pretty sure that mechanical watches will always stay. There will all be people will once always have an mechanical watch because it's classic and people thinking it's luxury, and those smartwatches are just modern small computers that you have on your wrist. They can measure your fitness and your what you're walking that day and your heartbeat, and they will you get you will see when somebody message you or call you, but it doesn't give you that luxury feel. Yes, I know Apple Watch has also some limited edition watches with gold, also massive gold, so 18 karat gold watches. But I think luxury watches will always stay. So, and also classic mechanical watches and quartz watches, because people will want always to have one, and a lot of people just buy them because yes, it's a little bit the feeling of the past. And it's my opinion. Most of those smartwatches don't look as nice as mechanical watches or just normal watches. As example, you have Invicta, and Invicta, a lot of Invicta watch collectors don't like those. Don't really are into the classic watches. A lot of Invicta collectors are like more into the big more bold watches. And I don't know one smartwatch that is big and bold and everything. So it's a niche that Invicta, a lot of fans are. It's a niche that Invicta is in, with people that love those big and colorful watches, and a lot of people don't. And smartwatches are not into that niche. My latest purchase is the Rubelin and Grave RG 606646. Let me look this one up. So Rubelin. So you're also buying a lot of different and a lot of other watches, Sosrope. That's really cool. Cannot find it. I can't find the serial number. But when this is the brand, I think it's one of those watches. I think it's really cool looking, but it's I think it's a chronograph what you have, right? They have a lot of chronographs, as I can see. Within some minutes I will I have to go. So within some minutes I have to go, and I will end this live stream. So if somebody has something to ask or to say, we can have a chat, and we can still have we can talk. But I will end this stream within some minutes. So yeah. Mechanical is better by far. Mechanical, when it's about keeping the time, those quartz watches are just better in keeping the time. And when you have a watch that is connected with the internet, like a smartwatch, that is much better. You can have some quartz watches that are connected with the atomic clock. Those are also very accurate. But most time mechanical watches are not better in keeping the time. So in doing what a watch has to do. But mechanical watches are, yeah, they can give some, like guys like me, some feeling because of the wheels inside and the mechanics inside and the movement. especially when you have like some more expensive brands. When you buy a watch for thousands of dollars, sometimes the movement can be very nicely decorated, and it's really craftsmanship. This one has also a very nice ETA movement, and this one is also very nicely decorated with the englache on it with Swiss stripes. So an englache is on the edges of the bridge, and they have it polished, so high polished, and it will yes, reflect. You can see it on the movement, and you have Swiss stripes on it. So very nicely done by ETA and Invicta to put it in their watches. There's something honest about chronographs. What do you mean? I don't understand with something honest. I think also when it's about chronograph, mechanical chronograph movements, they are very beautiful most time. And even if you go for the seagulls, the Chinese seagulls, very nice movements. Nothing wrong with. But when it's about better, I think the best at the moment are those smartwatches. But when it's about that vintage, that old feeling, that classic feeling, and also about craftsmanship and watchmaking, mechanical is the best. But that's my opinion, and I think a lot of watch collector agrees with me. Yes, it's a little engine. So you have something with those mechanical movements. There's something inside that are moving the parts and the wheels and the yeah. I think it's like an old car. There are people that are collecting old cars because of not because they are that good, but because it's old and the old mechanics, and you can hear the old motors. Yeah, and I think that people will always love that. So yeah, but with all those smartwatches, a lot of watch brands will get it more difficult. But I'm not really sure if Invicta will get those problems because they are not in that market with the style of those smartwatches. They are more clean, minimalistic, and Invicta is not minimalistic and very clean. They are bold and bright and colorful and big and a lot of detail. And you will not find that on smartwatches. So I think I will end the stream, and I wish everyone a good evening or a good day if you live somewhere else than in Europe, at least in the Netherlands. So I'm not sure if I will do next week, next Sunday, a live stream. I'm thinking about it, but I'm trying to put out one new video this week about the watch you have seen before. So I don't will pick it up, but I will make this. I try to make this week watch video about the CUBAKNOW 5. So yeah, I'm still working on it. So, but for the rest, good day and good night, everyone, and I see you in the next one.